Turkey, a nation that bridges the East and West, boasting a rich tapestry of history, culture, and tradition. But what happens when love transcends borders and you find yourself marrying a Turkish man? You click this video because you're probably dating a Turkish man or you're engaged to one and you're curious about what it's gonna be like once you're married. You're also curious about their culture and what it's gonna be like once you live here in Turkey. Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Kaizen. If you're new here, welcome and thanks for clicking this video. In this video, I'm going to talk about what to expect in marrying a Turkish man. I am a Filipina. I've been married to my Turkish husband for over a year now, and I've been living here in Turkey for over a year. So I got married in 2022. I am living very happily here in Turkey, and I'm also doing YouTube. And I am here to guide you and be transparent with you and honest with you about my experience in living here. If you're a foreigner and you're considering in marrying a Turkish man, you might want to finish this video. It is important for you to recognize that once you live here and once you marry a Turkish, there can be differences in personalities, family dynamics, personal beliefs. So this can be very different in each countries. It's important for a woman to know the culture so she doesn't get culture shock. So once you're here, or if you're planning to live here, you won't be like, oh, I cannot take this, or oh, this is so different from where I came from. You have to learn about your husband's culture, personal beliefs, his traditions, for you to be able to figure out if this is a right fit for you. Now, for the first part, I'm going to tell you there are different kinds of Turkish men. There are three types of Turkish men. I actually just differentiate them. So first, there is a conservative, traditional Turkish man. They are deeply rooted in religious practices and age-old customs. Then, we have the contemporary Turkish man. He bridges the old and the new, balancing between traditions and modern world. So probably a lot of the Turkish men in their 20s or 30s right now, they are what we call contemporary Turkish men because they are traditional still. They still pray a lot and they're like very religious still, but they also can balance the modern world. The third one is the progressive individual. They are more liberated, like they party, they travel a lot. I guess maybe they have been to another places and they are more open-minded. They have their own path. Like they don't follow these traditions. They're not very religious and they don't really care about traditions much because they have their own path. So I guess in each countries we have those three types of three types of men. For you to figure out what type of individual future husband is, or your boyfriend is, or your fiance is, you have to talk to him about his beliefs and his values and his background. This can vary because if your values are very different, this can be hard when you get married. Trust me in that. When marrying a Turkish man, expect to see some cultural practices and traditions. So here's what you need to expect. Strong family ties. In Turkish tradition, family is the most important one. They value their family so much. Their family means a lot to them and they spend a lot of time with families as well. So once you're married to a Turkish man, expect to be with your in-laws. And a lot of times you need to visit them, say hi, or sit down with them, eat dinner with them from time to time. Also, I want to add, before marrying a Turkish man, it's important that the family accepts you because it will affect your relationship. The family should accept that you're a foreigner and then that they open their arms for you, they welcome you. Anywhere in the world, if the family doesn't accept you, that's gonna be an issue. Next, respect for elders. In Turkey, they respect the elders so much. This is a cornerstone of Turkish culture. It's customary to greet and show a lot of respect to elders. Food. Food is really important here in Turkey. So once you come here, they will serve you with a lot of food. Turkish families are very hospitable. They treat you with very good food, home cooked meals. Like imagine they cook this so many food and it's really, really tasty and very delicious. Like Turkish food is top notch. It's one of my favorite food. As you all know, I married a Turkish man. I'm a Filipina. I don't cook Filipino food in my house because I am in love with Turkish food, so I cook mostly Turkish food in our table every dinner. I cook for my husband. So my favorite is dolma. Once you're here in Turkey, once you meet your in-laws and your husband's family, they will serve you the best meals. It's gonna be amazing. Tea and coffee. So in Turkey, they drink a lot of tea. Offering Turkish tea or Turkish coffee to guests is a sign of hospitality. So they're, as I mentioned earlier, they're very hospitable. So whenever you visit the home, they offer you a Turkish tea and a coffee. Turkish coffee, if you haven't tried it, it's really good as well. And I am one of the foreigners that got addicted with Turkish chai. So I drink Turkish chai almost every night because my husband is obsessed with Turkish chai. You can enjoy those any time of the day, which is great, isn't it? Communication style. So in Turkey, once someone offers you something, you cannot really say no. No is not an answer. When they offer you something, when they serve you something and you say no, some of them might find it offensive. That's why I am lucky I'm not the person who says no if someone offers them something. Like they offer you food or they offer you something to drink, you should always say yes because they don't like it when you refuse them. Keep that in mind. They don't like it. So if they want you to eat, eat. If they want you to drink, drink. That's why I gained a couple kilograms here when I arrived here. Turkish people are known for their warm and expressive communication. So I noticed here in Turkey, the way they treat you is really a sign that they love you or they like you. So once they are warm with you and they're very welcoming with you, I'm sure they like you. So they offer you this and that because they're hospitable people and they want their guests to feel welcomed. In communication with your husband, you're probably gonna have a lot of issues because of language barrier. So if your husband haven't learned how to speak in English or you don't know how to speak in Turkish, there's gonna be a slight issue with that whenever you have an argument or disagreement about something. So that's gonna be a challenge, but you can always overcome it later once you learn Turkish. So if you live here in Turkey, it's important for you to learn Turkish because 90% of Turkish people doesn't speak English, according to my research. So it's difficult because as of me, I don't know how to speak Turkish yet. I just know very, very basic words, when I go to market or when I go shopping. That's all I know. Yeah, I am ashamed for not knowing it yet because I am such a busy gal. I am still doing so many things. But one day I will go to university and study Turkish, like very laser focused. That's my goal. Yeah, language barrier is really difficult here whenever there's a gathering. That's going to be one of the issue because you cannot really understand what they're talking about. But once you learn a little bit of Turkish, maybe you will find that, I can understand what they're saying. So that's good. Once you understand what they're saying, then it's not going to be an issue anyway because you will learn vocabulary over and over again once you are out there and talking to locals. National pride. Turkish people are proud of their rich history and cultural heritage. They are very, I would say, patriotic. They are proud to be Turkish. They love their country and they're just proud of who they are and where they came from. They're very proud from the Ottoman Empire until the modern day of achievements. They're proud of that. Public display of affection. That's a no-no. In urban settings, like probably in the big cities, it's okay that you hold hands with your boyfriend or your husband, but the older generation would frown upon those kind of public display of affection. We're not in America. They don't like that because they're conservative countries. So you know what that means. So reserve that somewhere else. Don't do that here. Talked about the cultural expectations once you are married to a Turkish man. Now let's talk about the Turkish man himself. What is he gonna be like when you're married with them? First, Turkish men are gonna be a great provider. Turkish men works too much. They grind too much. Even from dawn to dusk, they will work. Turkish men are very hardworking individuals. They are brought up to be a provider. You know, their culture, men should work. They should provide to their families. That's the duty of a Turkish man, is to be able to give their family a good life. So this is one of the characteristics that I speak highly of Turkish men. Like, it really blown me away that how a great provider these men are. They are romantic. My husband is romantic. He is sweet. So once they love you, they will love you wholeheartedly. Now, once a Turkish man invests in a girl, once they fall in love with you, they will give everything for you. But once you're married, of course, your husband, you're gonna be his number one priority. Turkish men are easily jealous about who you hang out with, what type of clothes you wear, and what you share on social media. I'm not generalizing this because, as I've mentioned in the earlier this video, there are 3 types of Turkish men. So if you marry the one who is more progressive, like liberated in mind or more open-minded, then maybe he's okay with it. But if you chose the number 1 and number 2 who are traditional and also the mixed guy, this varies. Okay, this would depend. So you should talk to your future husband or your boyfriend about this. So they're easily jealous. It's because, one, they don't like it when you're very close to the opposite gender. They don't like that. Like, why are you very close to him? Why are you like hanging out with him? So they have their own boundaries. In that boundaries, you shouldn't cross it, or else they will get mad at you, or it's gonna be a disagreement that you will have. So you should know what type of boundaries you shouldn't cross. I guess a lot of foreigner women noticed this once they started dating the Turkish guy. But yeah, their jealousy is sometimes into the whole other level. So you're not allowed to wear very revealing clothes because it's conservative country, or probably you don't want to offend anyone in the country that you are looking that way. Well, if you are in a bigger city, like for example here in Istanbul, like in the neighborhood where it's normal to wear sexy clothes and revealing clothes, then that's okay, I guess. Unless he has given you a green light himself that yeah, it's okay to do that, then that's okay then. It's not a problem then. Turkish men are very loyal to relationship. So if they like you and they love you, they probably want to marry you right away. Comment down below if you've experienced that. Like if they say they love you, they would say also that I want to marry you right away. Like that's just how they are. If they're head over heels with you, they want to marry you. And one click, like let's marry now. It's funny, but that's actually very common with Turkish men. I heard a lot of stories about that. So you're lucky if the guy is really committed with you and really showing you how much they love you. They would do anything just to make you happy, which is really, really romantic. They are also very loyal to friends. Friendship is very important with Turkish men as well. They like hanging out with their friends. They like going to cafes and catching up with their lives. So it's important for you to know that friendship is essential for your husband's life. He has to have that kind of connection with other people. Turkish men are very, very picky with food. It was a problem for me at the beginning of my relationship with my husband. I was really, really nervous for the food that I'm gonna cook for him because I know he's picky. He would probably not like the food that I will cook, but luckily I survived it. So if you're a newly wed couple or if you're planning to marry your husband, don't forget there's YouTube. YouTube will help you on how to cook Turkish food. It's easy, it's very delicious. Lastly, The mother is everything for a Turkish man. You have probably heard about Turkish man being a mama's boy or a mommy's boy. So most Turkish men, they really cherish, love, respect, and talk highly about their moms. You should respect that as his wife. That would be awesome if you are aware of that you shouldn't disrespect any of your husband's family. You should be respectful and always be kind to your husband's family so you avoid conflict. And I think having a good relationship with your husband's family is very, very important for your relationship. As I mentioned, they really value their mom, they really love their mom. So as you as a future wife, you have to know household chores, you have to know how to cook, you have to know how to take care of your husband because he has been brought up to be well taken care of by their mom. If you don't know how to take care of him, he's gonna compare it on how his mom took care of him. That's gonna be difficult for some other women. If you are also a woman who wants to have a career outside of their relationship, it's also important that you guys have a conversation about it, that I wanna do this, I wanna do that. Before you dive into marriage with a Turkish, and you need to learn about their culture, their traditions. You need to get familiar with it and not get culture shock because your culture probably is very different from where it came from. And if you guys are planning to live here, then it's good for you to know what you're gonna face later on. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you've learned a little bit value about this video. If you want more relationship or dating or marriage topics with a Turkish man, comment down below if you have any questions about it. If anything, you can ask me anything and I'll probably make another video. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like this video. See you again.